What is a Youth of the Year? It's the Boys and Girls Club's highest honor, celebrated each year at regional and national events with impactful and inspirational moments.
I'm a huge supporter of Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
Each event is one step closer to the national title.
And thanks to you, 4 million kids each year are inspired and empowered to become tomorrow's champions of youth.
Without the support of my club and without that incredible, attentive instructor, I may not have found ballet.
We will reach more people than ever, virtually.
You have my ear, you have my heart. These children are our future.
I'm just so thankful because I would be nowhere near the person I am today without the Boys and Girls Club.
Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. We'd like to welcome you all to our 2021 Youth of the Year for the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama. You know, we've had quite a year this past year with the pandemic and even continuing in 2021. But one thing that we know of, that the Boys and Girls Clubs has stood tall during this time of the national pandemic. And the Youth of the Year, Boys and Girls Clubs of America premier youth program, still continues to thrive. Youth of the Year was established in 1947 with Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Every year, Boys and Girls Clubs all across the country, from coast to coast, this time of year, are naming a Youth of the Year to represent their organization. And just like every other organization in the United States, today we come to recognize our Youth of the Year that would recognize us, that would honor us, what we've done at Boys and Girls Clubs, and be a spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama. We're so excited to have you join us online today. You know, things are different now, but at the same time, you know, we're excited to have you guys join us, and you can see a culmination of hard work for incredible staff at Boys and Girls Clubs, and we will name our Youth of the Year for 2021. Let me kind of explain the process to you. So every year, we assemble teams. They have to put together a very extensive packet talking about service to the club, academic excellence, healthy lifestyles, community, family, strong morals, life goals, and at the end, public speaking. So I just want to give you a little information on the process. You know, the public speech is only 10% of the entire packet. The packet makes up the entire body of a Youth of the Year candidate. So we couldn't be more excited about the young people that you're going to see today and what you're going to see. I think you would be very happy of the work that's been happening here at Boys and Girls Clubs. So that person that will be named Youth of the Year for our organization today will then go to Montgomery, April 22nd, to compete for the statewide Youth of the Year. So today is just the first step in the process of Youth of the Year. April 22nd, they will compete against all the youth that represent Boys and Girls Clubs in the state of Alabama. If our winner, or whatever winner it is on April 22nd, whoever's named Youth of the Year for the state will then go to the regionals, which is July. And that's in Atlanta, Georgia, where our national office, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, is. And they will go for a regional winner. And then in September, if whomever wins region will go to Washington, D.C., and they will be named National Youth of the Year for Boys and Girls Clubs of America. And that person is honored by the President of the United States. So as you can see, this is just the beginning. But there are so many great things that happen when you name Youth of the Year. And as I said earlier, it's the highest honor a young person can receive for Youth of the Year. You know, I say this every year. We do a lot of great things at Boys and Girls Clubs. This is by far the best. To name a young person that represents your organization is a culmination of the hard work that the staff put in each and every day. It's kind of like a parent. You're seeing your kid go off to college, they graduate high school, and then you just see the fruits of your labor come to fruition. And that's what we have today at Boys and Girls Clubs. Thank you for joining us live. Thank you for being here in person. And, you know, we couldn't do what we do without the community. Thank you all for supporting the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama and our youth for the future. We're going to do something a little different this year. We have our reigning Youth of the Year, Mr. Augustus Tucker, who's here, and he's going to come up today and be my co-host. Augustus, could you join us, me at the podium, please? So, Augustus, as the reigning Youth of the Year, what are you doing?
Well, I'm currently, at school at Alabama A&M University and pursuing a career in engineering, and I'm really loving it. It's a little different considering the way things are, but I'm really liking my classes, my teachers. I'm making friends, meeting new people, and, the experience that I'm getting, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I love, just having to learn to adjust to life away from home and, getting to know new people and things like that.
So, a year ago today, you were in these candidates' seats. What are they feeling right now?
They're probably feeling very nervous. They're probably thinking to themselves, Lord, please don't let me mess up. Please don't let me, make any mistakes. Hope I get all my words right. But I think that if you leave it in the hands of the Lord and you just go and do, he'll make up the difference. So whatever nervousness I know they're definitely feeling, whatever anxiousness they're feeling, if they set their mind to it, they can get over it and they'll be able to power through.
Being Youth of the Year, what do they have to look forward to?
Well, you definitely have to look forward to talking with the wonderful people here at the Boys and Girls Club more often. It allows you to meet new people as well, and be able to connect with other people and, really it helps you see the world through a different lens almost. You get the perspective of somebody, oh, this is my position now and this is what, I didn't realize it before, but this is what this might mean for other people. And you try to, make sure that you measure up to, what they expect you to be and the person that that they know you can become as well. So,
one last question. In the words of Augustus Tucker, what piece of advice will you give our candidates from moving forward and then living up to what God has called them to be?
I would say, as far as moving forward and living up to what God has called you to be, you're never going to be perfect, but always strive for perfection. And I think part of that is watching the people you hang out with and watching the little things that you do. Those two things will determine who you are as an individual and, show me your friends and I'll show you your future is something that my mother would always say. And so when you make sure that you're around the right people, you make sure you surround yourself with the proper things that you should be doing and surround yourself with guidance and people who are older than you, more experienced than who you are. And you try to make sure on your own part to do the right thing. I believe that whatever you feel that you may be lacking, if you attempt to do what you're supposed to be doing, I believe that God will make up the difference and you will end up being the person that, you want to be or that your parents dream of you being or that you dream of yourself being. So.
Thank you, Augustus.
No problem.
And as you can see from Augustus, this is why we're so excited about Youth of the Year. We have young people that, with that poise, I wish I could speak as well as Augustus. And so when you have that poise and where he's headed, he has a very bright future. And all of our candidates are on the same path. At this time, I would like to call Taylor Hicks to come up. She's a member of the James A. Lane Club, and she's going to perform the national anthem for us. Taylor Hicks.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at our twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, brave, the brave. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. Please give her another round of applause.
Let us pray. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, and thank you for another opportunity to witness your grace, your mercy, and your love, Lord. First, I'd like to bless the food that has been prepared for us. May it nourish and strengthen our bodies, and bless the hands that prepared it, and that the fellowship that will surround it be sweet and uplifting to you, Lord. I'd like to thank the Boys and Girls I'd like to thank you for allowing the Boys and Girls Club to be able to do things like this, and thank you for the people that put their time and their effort into making sure that the next generation of youth are the best that we could possibly be, Lord. I'd like to thank you for the parents of these contestants for always being there for their children, and for being the determined parents that they are, and for always having their child's back and encouraging them to continue to be the best that they can be, and encouraging them to continue to keep moving forward. And I'd like to thank you for the contestants themselves, Lord, and thank you for the determination that you gave them and the willpower that you gave them to keep going even in these trying times, Lord. And I'd like to ask you to bless this event and bless the people that are here. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Augustus. At this time, we want to share a video with you guys. Every year we highlight one of our former Youth of the Years. And, it gives me a real honor to talk about the person that we're going to highlight today, Jeremy Williams. He was our 2008 Youth of the Year, and he went on to win State Youth of the Year. And and when I think about Jeremy and where he is today, I think the video will tell you a lot about Jeremy. I just want to share a few words. You can see the screen. He graduated from Lee High School in 2008. Went on to graduate from Vanderbilt University with a double major. I left there rusty, if that wasn't enough, and went on to Yale Divinity School. And after Yale, he went on to Harvard and graduated from Harvard. And so now he's a board member of the Boys and Girls Clubs up in where he is. And it just gives me great pleasure to just introduce this young man. And he's one of those that we're very proud of. Jeremy Williams was a special young man, and still is a special young man. And a quick story, when we asked him to do this video, and I gave him a hard time. He said that he was a 2012 Youth of the Year winner. And I said, Jeremy, you're getting like us older people and you're forgetting. Because he said, you mean to tell me it's been 13 years? And so, but it's just giving me great pleasure to introduce this video that we're going to show. Is Jeremy Williams, 2008 Youth of the Year winner for Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama.
Greetings. As you just saw, I'm Jeremy L. Williams, the Youth of the Year for the state of Alabama Boys and Girls Clubs from 2012, almost 10 years ago. And as you can see, I'm still involved with the club, except now I'm on the other side as a board member here at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Hartford. And so I want to just greet all of you, for those who've impacted my life on the leadership of the club, and then especially to all of our Youth of the Year competitors. I remember sitting in that seat, and you represent the best that the club have to offer. And we're excited about what you're going to do today. And even if you don't win, we know that your future is bright because you made it here this far for a reason and for a purpose. As I want to encourage you to keep dreaming. Jonas Salek, the inventor of the polio vaccine, he said that I've had dreams and I've had nightmares, but I overcame my nightmares by the power of my dreams. And so no matter what nightmares you may have had to go through to get to this point, I want you to be encouraged that you can keep dreaming, dream bigger dreams, dream better dreams. The club has set you off to a good start, and I'm excited about your future. Because here at the club, great futures, they start here. So I hope everybody has an awesome time in this presentation and in this competition. And I'm cheering for all of you. All right, bye-bye.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Beth Mooring, Director of Resource Development for the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama. And before you meet our candidates, I wanted to let you know how you can get involved. If you want to learn more about our programs or about our scholarship program, or just get involved as a volunteer, please give us a call at our office, 256-534-6060. And we invite you to donate to our scholarship program by going online at bgcnal.com/donate. We appreciate your support. Again, before you meet the candidates, I wanted to take just a minute to thank our judges. These are our wonderful community volunteers that have put a lot of time, effort, and heart into this process. It started about 2 weeks ago with each of our judges receiving a packet talking about the candidates, letting them know transcripts, GPAs, letters of recommendation, essays from the candidates. So they spent some time learning about each of our candidates. Then last Wednesday, they spent almost 3 hours interviewing each of our candidates individually. And today they join us in the culmination as we find out who our Youth of the Year winner is. I would like to thank and recognize Jamie Payton, Chris Henson, Julie Broadway, Rusty Stevenson, and Susie and Bill Johnston. Thank y'all so much for your time and your commitment.
Good afternoon, everyone. Might still be morning. I haven't checked my watch. My name is Edwin Lightbourne. I'm the Director of Career Development for Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama. And I'm excited to be here today because I get to introduce to you 6 of the most amazing young people, I'll say, in the state of Alabama. They are 2001 Youth of the Year candidates from 6 of our clubs, and I can't say enough about them. So at this time, I will call their names, and they will come forward. They will receive a certificate and another special recognition. So our first candidate is Jalen Ware from James A. Lane. Correct yourself. You said 2001 candidate. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. From 3rd Street, Temperance Ricks. From the Williams Club, Jamarion L. Willie. From our Athens Club, Ja'Cory Harris. From the Ardmore Club, Seth Castillo. From the Seminole Club, Nevaeh Jordan. We are so very proud of each of our candidates, and you've heard a little bit about what it took to get here. And so we're excited that they're here, and we want to give them their plaques.
Jalen Ware. Okay. So the People's Choice Award is something new that we decided to try this year. And basically, we allow the people, the family members, and, just the community to decide on their Youth of the Year. And I am proud to announce that the People's Choice Award winner this year is Ja'Cory Harris.
You guys can be seated. You can be seated. Go ahead.
Okay, so the reason we are here to introduce our finalists and actually hear from them. So our first finalist coming from the Ardmore Club is Seth Castillo.
The Boys and Girls Club of America has been a very prominent part of my young adult life. I used to be very reclusive and never thought much of myself, but then I started to volunteer at the club, and I found a new reason in life. That is my ability to tutor young students. Ever since I was young, I struggled with human interaction and never had many friends. So to fill up my time instead, I would read books or draw blueprints of future machines I would build when I was younger or older. This ignited a want to learn about everything I could. Every day after school, I would surf the web to look for solutions for questions I had during the day, and nothing would make me happier than to show my mother and father what I had discovered. This want to learn has stayed with me for all my life, and for the longest time, that was all I desired. The Boys and Girls Club allowed me to share my knowledge in a safe and nurturing environment. I helped children with their homework, and even though it was simple for me to do, the smiles that they would have the next day when they showed me their papers was beautiful. This idea of helping others overcome their obstacles and bring about hope was burning inside of me, and I wanted to do everything I could to bring those smiles back to the surface. With each club member I helped, the better my communication skills developed, and as a result, the more people I reached out to, so that I could offer my assistance. This leads me to my current passion, which is currently the field of medicine. As a child, I was interested in robotics and the idea that I could fix my right eye by developing a cybernetic replacement that would allow me to see for miles. But currently, the idea of helping others through physical or mental pain just strikes a chord within my soul. So now I am planning on going to dentistry school so that I can help others with their issues. I've been doing research on the connection between gum hygiene and health issues such as blindness, as my uncle has experienced such a problem. He had been blind for 12 years before he had gotten surgery and was finally able to see. The next day, he woke up and cried because he thought it was all a dream. The doctor later said that his blindness may have been a result of poor dental hygiene. So I now hope that one day people will no longer have to hope about losing their vision, something that we all take for granted. And I want to be part of that future. Now, I will not lie about the money that one can earn as a dentist did play a part in my change of interests, as I could use my income to help better my community by donating to charitable organizations that would help get the homeless to get on their feet and give them hope that their lives can change. I come from a tiny town in Nebraska called Mitchell. Now, Mitchell as a whole was a nice town. Crime was low and life was peaceful for the average person. But I lived in the part of town that was considered a place for the less fortunate. My next door neighbor was a meth addict, and we had homeless who lived in the nearby park. Every day for 6 years, I would have to walk to school and see all those people who were struggling, and it tore me apart to see that these human beings go through so much pain on the daily. So I vowed as a 7th grader that I would find a way to better the community that I grew up in, to see all those people be given a second chance, for them to know that life can and will get better. I often say that the only thing that holds back our society is lack of self-worth, that we are stronger, that we must be stronger and push ourselves farther than ever before. Many issues that our country faces are a result of each of us not thinking that we can change something that we do not agree with. The thought that we are just one person, so that automatically makes us useless. I'm here to say that no matter how big or small, how rich or poor you are, you can change the world. My club has helped give me strength, strengthen my values as a human and as a citizen of the United States of America, that I can and will help all who need me, and that I will keep fighting for what is right.
Thank you, Seth. From the Athens Club, Ja'Cory Harris.
Hello. To the audience and judges, my name is Ja'Cory Harris, and I'm running for Youth of the Year. Throughout my life, I've faced many hardships and triumphs, highs and lows. However, one thing was evident through all these circumstances. My dedication and faith has never left me. Today, I'm going to explain to you instances where they came into play and how the lessons I learned in my Boys and Girls Club got me through these difficult times. When I was 9, I was ready to give up on football. The love I had for the game had diminished and was almost non-existent. I couldn't tell you what happened that made me feel like this, but it was a feeling I couldn't shake. 3 games into the season, I approached my parents and told them I didn't want to play anymore. I explained that I didn't enjoy it anymore and that I wanted to give up. I felt as though I put as much thought into my decision as I could. I had never quit anything before, and thankfully my parents weren't about to let me start. They told me that they didn't raise quitters. They knew I was better than that. My mentor, Coach Jay, reminded me of the responsibility I had to the team. He also reminded me that life wouldn't always be easy. It wouldn't always be fun. But I started something, and I needed to finish. I knew I had a dedication to my teammates. What kind of teammate and friend would I be if I just quit on the team? I wasn't the happiest with staying, but I knew people were counting on me. My decision to continue to play football was the best decision I could have ever made. The countless lessons I learned, all the hills I had to climb, all the memories made me a better person, and I couldn't have done it without the sport I love. This next story I'm about to share is something I've never expressed out loud, much less to an audience. Yet it is probably the most crucial thing that affected my whole perspective on life and changed me forever. The year was 2014. I had just gotten off the bus when my mother told me something that I wouldn't be able to comprehend for years. My youngest cousin, Jeremiah, who was more like a little brother to me, was in a coma. As an 11-year-old, I had no clue how comas occurred or if he would ever even wake up. My family headed to the hospital, and we learned that he went into a coma due to blunt force trauma to the head. The next day, the little boy, who I called my little brother, passed away. I couldn't believe that something so horrible could happen to someone so innocent and full of life. This was the point in my life where my faith was tested the most. For a long time, I was upset at the world. I was upset at God for taking someone away that was so special to me. One day, I'm looking at Jeremiah's older brother, Ja'Carius, and I realized he needed somebody. He had more strength in his 5-year-old body than I could ever attain. It was then I knew that the time to wallow in misery, upset with life, was over. God had given me a responsibility. My Boys and Girls Club and family always instilled a strong faith in God. It was time to step up and be what my little cousin needed the most, a brother. He needed what the Boys and Girls Club has given me for years, a shoulder to lean on, guidance, and most of all, love. It hasn't been easy. There have been many trials and tribulations and difficult days, but I pray God gives me the strength to continue to do what he called me to do. In conclusion, with the guidance of my family, following my heart, and trusting God, I stay steadfast in my dedication and faith to my family, friends, and teammates. It was these experiences that shaped me into the person I am today. There were times when I thought these situations would get the best of me, times where I wanted to throw in the towel and just lay down and give up. But I am a living witness to tell you that joy comes in the morning. I will always remember my Boys and Girls Club, which stands for all these things. Thank you.
Thank you, Ja'Cory. And last but certainly not least, from the James A. Lane Club, we have Jalen Ware.
Good afternoon. My name is Jalen Ware. I am a senior at New Century Technology High School. My impact as Youth of the Year is ensuring everyone has a positive and sagacious role model. Our motto at James A. Lane is be a friend, make a friend. I have attended the Boys and Girls Club for over a decade. One must always remember that time is of the essence, especially during these unprecedented times of COVID-19. The Boys and Girls Club is an amazing place to be. It is filled with great people I consider family, and I feel absolutely safe. The Boys and Girls Club is home away from home, also my village. My education matters to me. I have been accepted to University of Alabama in Huntsville, Alabama A&M University, and Auburn University to study civil engineering. Arts and robotics tie into this form of engineering. These are two subjects of science, technology, robotics, engineering, arts, and math, or STREAM, that I am very fond of. When people understand how wonderful STREAM is, they will be open-minded on learning about it and how it plays an essential role in everyday existence. Everyone, at some point in their life, has had an obstacle. When I was 3.5 years old, my dad abandoned me. The older I become, I realize it is his loss. I have chosen to be the best man I know he cannot be. My resolution is to make it through this world with my head high and my feet planted firmly, following in the footsteps of my strong and consistent mentors. It is significant to have someone you can look up to and believe in. My mom pushes me and does a phenomenal job raising me solo. She is the inspiration. She is the inspiration that helps me overcome any obstacle. I am proof single mothers raise well-rounded sons. I aim to share my story with youth going through similar circumstances. It is imperative for them to know they are not alone. Adversity is normal, yet do not let this hurdle dominate and get the best of you. Turn the negative into a stepping stone. There will always be someone along the way you can lean on. Friends are human angels that overcome the obstacles with you. These special people are human angels, for they are by our sides each and every step of the way. In closing, I appreciate the chance to stand before you, sharing my experiences. Thank you for the support, the opportunity, and being a part of my village.
Thank you so much, Jalen. So you can see, after meeting the finalists, the job that the judges now have to do. So at this time, the judges will step this way and come back with a decision. While the judges are leaving, let's once again give our finalists another hand.
Wow. Not much else to say other than that. I love this event. As our leader, Patrick Wynn, always says, this is what we are all about. This is why we are here. No one tells our story better than our kids. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Will Smith, and I've been on the board of the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama since 2013. I'm very excited to chair this organization, and I'm very thankful for the team that we have in place. It makes my role much easier. Since joining the board, I have attended this event each year, and I have never envied the person who spoke after our candidates. I don't right now either. I'll do my best to follow. I was born right here, born and raised in Huntsville, Alabama. My dad grew up here as well and was a member of what was the boys' clubs back then. Growing up, I played several basketball tournaments, some right here in this gymnasium and at other clubs around town. Two of my grandparents lay at rest in Decatur, Alabama, along with other family members. My ties are very much to this community and very much to North Alabama. I am very proud and fortunate to call it home. As we all know, North Alabama is a special place. Each year, our community gives generously and takes ownership in our organization. And as Pat can tell you, that just does not happen everywhere in our country. It doesn't. We thank you so much for partnering with us. A little bit about our clubs. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, employing 25 professional full-time employees, along with 120 part-time staff. Not to mention the hundreds of volunteers that show up regularly for our kids. We have a total of 15 clubs and teen centers across North Alabama, with plans for more on the way. We serve over 1,400 kids on a given day that we are fully open. It's needless to say that this last year has been difficult. The list of challenges and adjustments is as long as you can imagine. Fortunately, we are still here, and we ain't going away. We're extremely blessed and thankful for our people. Our team on the front lines adapted to a strange, new way that was needed to operate. They continue to serve our kids on a daily basis and are nothing short of heroic. Here are a few facts about what we have been able to accomplish during these unprecedented times. We developed and implemented virtual school at 5 of our sites during the government shutdown, providing computers, internet access for school, along with staff to support the process and virtual tutoring. We still have 2 of those sites operating for families that opted in during the entire school year. These sites are here at James A. Lane and a short drive away at our Seminole Club. Food scarcity was a very real problem and still is for many. We served over 501,000 meals across the North Alabama region. Let me repeat that because it's a really big deal. 501,000 meals since the pandemic began. Our staff masked up, loaded up buses and vans, and hand-delivered meals to key places with children in need. During shutdowns, we never stopped serving our kids or our community. We showed up, and we were there for them. 8 of our sites continue to operate as food distribution centers for families with children in need. We ran our full summer program for all kids last summer with CDC guidelines in place, along with proper mask wearing, cleaning, and social distancing to the best of our ability. Our staff and our kids are as resilient as they come. We also continue to implement programs we had planned before the pandemic hit. One of them was a driver's ed academy that focuses on low-income families. As our teens get older, and their sense of self-worth and identity are constantly being shaped. One thing that helps improve confidence and helps them take a step to becoming a caring, productive, and responsible citizen is getting their driver's license. It was a big day for me when I got it. We have 2 certified driving instructors. To date, 11 students have received their license. We have also been working very hard, and we're planning on reaching a grand opening next month for a new Center for Advancement for our teens in Decatur. It's an old fire station that has been completely redone for our teens. It is scheduled to open on April 8th. We cannot wait to get it open, and we know that our teens are absolutely going to love it. I can't praise our leadership and all of our employees enough for their dedication to our kids and community. It is simply outstanding what they have been able to accomplish. I could go on and on literally all day, but I won't. Let me state the obvious. We are essential to our kids. We are essential to our community. We are very grateful to be in North Alabama. Lastly, we have big plans for the future. Our Doors to the Future Capital campaign is in full swing right now. We would love for you to further your investment and ownership in the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama by making a commitment to us over the next few years. Please reach out to Beth Mooring, Khaki Bolding, Patrick Wynn, any of our campaign chairs, or myself for more info. Or you can just wait, and we will call you. Ain't that right, Beth? Beth knows how to get on that phone. We would love to discuss the best way to contribute financially. We also have some naming rights opportunities for those interested. This is about taking our organization to that next level, enhancing our offerings, and making sure we are around to serve those who need us the most for a very long time to come. To our Youth of the Year candidates, y'all are spectacular, and we know you will go on to do wonderful things. We are so proud of you, and we thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. It takes a lot of guts to get up here and do that. We can't wait to see what you'll accomplish, and please always know that we are here for you. Thank you for loving our kids, and thank you for your support of the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Alabama.
North Alabama is open for business. Every day, another announcement happens, another groundbreaking, another ribbon cutting. Our city leaders have invested in years of planning, and it's clear that North Alabama is poised for extraordinary growth. With room and momentum to grow, it is important that we decide the direction of our city's growth, and we do it on purpose. It seems as if our streets, sidewalks, parks, and schools are filled with excitement for our city's future. But just a few streets over, kids are untouched by this excitement. Instead, they're worried where their next meal will come from. Every day, kids leave school with no place to go. They begin every afternoon with a choice. This is Tyler. He chose the Boys and Girls Club. He chose to start a great future. At the Boys and Girls Club, he learned to get his homework done. He learned to make friends. He learned to be a part of something bigger than himself. He learned to do whatever it takes to build a better future for himself and his community. He's been inspired to look toward the future he never thought could be a reality. But most of all, Tyler has found joy, safety, relief. But in the end, when he walks across the stage with a cap and gown, what the Boys and Girls Club has really done is given him the opportunity to participate in the things this city has to offer. The growth is here. We all enjoy the benefits of a thriving and prosperous community, and we need your help to ensure all of North Alabama's citizens have the opportunity to become who they were created to be.
Does it work? It did for me.
Well, we reached the point of the program where I think everybody came for. And at this time, I want to introduce Mr. Bill Johnson, who's been a champion for young people in this community for a very long time and is one of our judges. And he's going to give us the information that everybody's waiting on. Mr. Bill Johnson.
Thanks, Pat. Thank you, Pat. It's an honor to come to this luncheon every year and see the extraordinary job that the club does with all of its children throughout North Alabama, and especially to see these extraordinary children, I call them children, extraordinary young people, be recommended by their clubs and come forward and tell us about who they are and what kind of life they've had and the experiences they've had. And it's certainly been inspirational for me to share this journey with them for the last couple of years. I want to thank my fellow judges for their incredible focus and attention, and we enjoy this time with these young people. There are 3 winners to Youth of the Year in the Huntsville Club. I don't know how they do it across the state, but our judges take a vote, and based on what we've learned and their presentations today, we have a second runner-up, a first runner-up, and then a Youth of the Year. And it is my honor to present the second runner-up award to Seth Costello. Seth. Thank you. This is a $1,000 award from the club to help you through your scholastic adventures that are coming up. And we appreciate very much your focus and dedication on becoming a dentist and moving forward with some sight research. Our our first runner-up would be Ja'Cory from Athens. Ja'Cory, we certainly enjoyed getting to know you, and we appreciate very much your focus on this event, and the talk that you gave today was very inspirational, and I know that you've overcome. I like the way that you face your obstacles and you name them and set them forth and say how your faith has helped you overcome them. You're an inspiration to everybody here, and you have $1,500 in the student assistance during your college career. And so I guess that no suspense. Everybody knows our Youth of the Year from the Huntsville Club this year will be Jalen Ware. Jalen, thanks for coming back a second time. Yes, sir. Okay? And thank you for the sincerity of your remarks. And I think you're an extraordinary representative of our club, having been here for more than 10 years. And I know Pat and all the people here are proud of you, and we're proud of you for winning. And we're also proud of your scholastic work and the fact that you have a bright future. This award will be $10,000 to you over the next 2 years for assistance with your academic work, with the right to come back and apply for more help your 3rd and 4th year. We're setting aside $5,000 for each one of those years in case you need it for your junior and senior years in college. So thank you again for being a focus. And then let's go ahead and say something. Yeah, you got to say
something. First off, I want to thank God. Thank him for waking me up every morning. Thank him for getting me to this point. And I want to thank my mom. I would not be here if it wasn't for her. I would like to express my gratitude to you for giving me this distinction to participate for this year's Youth of the Year. It is a true honor and privilege to be chosen as the winner. I would also like to show my appreciation to Miss Liz, my mentor, Mr. Joe, my mom, and Mr. Thornton for always believing in me. I am forever grateful for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be Jalen Ware, your 2021 Youth of the Year. Thank you. Thank you for entrusting me with this important achievement.
Trying to get my composure. I got a few tears in my eyes. I think it's allergies. But as I said, this is the best thing we do, Youth of the Year. And as you see the candidates, feel very proud to represent this organization and just to be a spokesperson for these young people moving forward. Thank you to Jalen. Thank you to all the finalists and everybody that competed. We look forward to next year. And one thing that we know of with this pandemic is only one thing that's for sure, and that's the love of God and Jesus Christ. And so what we do at Boys and Girls Club is God's work, taking care of his young people. And so we're excited about the opportunity that we get to build up young people, the only next generation that we have. And we're so excited to share this program with you today. A lot of people talking about making a difference. Well, if you really want to make a difference, invest into your local Boys and Girls Clubs. And you can see what took place today with what's happening in our Boys and Girls Clubs each and every day. Couldn't be more proud of our young people. And if you want to get involved, please contact us. Go to our website. As you heard Mr. Johnson allude to, we have some financial scholarships for our young people. And our future's bright. Our future's very bright. In spite of what the news say, there are incredible things happening each and every day in local communities, and the Boys and Girls Clubs are at the forefront of those things happening. Thank you for being here today, and please join us again next year. Thank you. God bless.